in Dallas in a shopping center right near my place. It's just like new and beautiful, lots of buildings and like lots of new construction. So that's part of what I really love about this area and why I bought here is because it's right next to a hospital. It's right next to a bunch of new construction and it's still a growing area. So there's like a bunch of Section 8 housing, but like it's all changing really fast. And so I bought it when like it was still cheap because it's like surrounded by Section 8 housing, but like actually this area is starting to get really beautiful and it's still not so crowded yet, which is good for me because I got in at the beginning. So when I get it rented out, by that time, it's gonna start getting a little more crowded. Something's in my eye, but I'm basically just on my way to go and work at my friend's place again. And I think I got sunscreen in my eye. The highways of Dallas. Here we are in the editing desk. A few notes to add in. Just kidding. I'm still cleaning this place up. As you can see, there's a vacuum cleaner. And just wanted to make a few notes for people that are thinking about like moving to Texas or moving anywhere. Like anywhere you go, I think a good rule of thumb is to focus on areas that are growing. So like everything is a great investment in retrospect, right? In retrospect, you can say, oh yeah, like I totally knew that I should have invested in like, Cheviot Hills, in LA, I don't know, 10 years ago, but I didn't because, I had my money tied up somewhere else, but I knew that was the best place, but you didn't because you didn't actually know that was a good investment. And sorry for looking like shit, but so a lot of people will look at places that have already peaked in price, their price range, and they'll look at places that where, okay, like 20 years later, this is a great investment. It's a great investment because it's obviously a great investment because the price already went up in that area. But nobody is going to look at a place that's full of Section 8 housing and say, yeah, this is where I want to invest. Like this is where my property is going to appreciate in value. I'm going to invest in this area. Unless you're smart. Unless you're thinking like an investor. And I think a lot of people will attribute like success and great things to luck, or it was handed down to you, or some kind of unexplained God, or some kind of unexplainable phenomenon. But the reality is that anything can be a good investment if the only way to make your investment, and not just with real estate, but with anything, the only way to make your investment a good investment is to literally just do the opposite of what like most people are doing. So if most people are staying away from this area because it's Section 8 housing, maybe you want to go for that area. And not flat out, you want to look at like what's happening. You want to like look into that area a little bit and see, okay, looks like they're doing a lot of construction there. What does that mean? It means that there's going to be a new shopping center. It means that there's going to be more foot traffic. There's going to be new apartment buildings. Okay, so like maybe that will be a good investment. And the good thing about, just being smart and strategic about things instead of looking at things in retrospect and saying, I knew that was a good investment. I knew that guy's company was going to blow up. I should have, I wanted to get it on the ground floor, but my hands were tied. Like, well, you didn't, because you didn't know that guy's company was going to blow up or that was going to be a good investment. You wanted to play your cards close to your chest. And so I think with everything in life, a good rule of thumb is to recognize that value isn't finite. Like, whatever is going to grow an investment, it's only going to grow. Your investment is only going to pay off and grow for you because a lot of people decided that it would. Because the value of that asset that you invested in became realized by more people. It's not because that land changed in any way, or that business idea changed in any way, or anything changed. It's not like the value itself changed. It's that more people, because the market is going to determine what's in demand, right? Depending on the world, the climate, like whatever's happening out there, the market is going to determine whether something like a piece of land, property, whatever, is going to go up or down in value. That's the market, meaning the people. People are going to decide if that thing is worth a lot. So wouldn't you want to get in on it when the market, when not a lot of people realize the value of that thing, but they might in the future down the line. So if a lot of people in that area are millennials, and a vape shop is about to open up in that area, you might want to invest in that, even though most people aren't thinking about investing in a vape shop in that area, but maybe you will. So I don't know, I'm just totally rambling, mostly because I wanted to elaborate on that video, because I was like, this video is just like me talking about how that I like this area that I bought in, and just elaborating on that. Like, it's only been 6 months since I bought this place, and already things have changed a lot. Like, it was really unsafe even when I was like coming to look at the house, but things are changing, and the shopping centers nearby are really growing fast. A lot of traffic, more shops opening up, like, and already the value of this place has gone up. My neighbor, who has the same exact square footage as me, has sold for all right, so let's see, so I bought this place for $126,000. My neighbor, who has the same exact square footage as me, just sold for $209,000, and that's same exact square footage as me. That's literally just the difference between 6 months. That's like a good $80,000 difference in 6 months, and then that's on the condo. That's a lot. That's a huge difference, and that's literally just because of market demand. Market demand, that means that whenever you want to invest in something, you can't listen to like what everybody is thinking to make your decisions. You have to listen to what you think everyone will think down the line. You have to be a little bit of like a future teller, but based on psychology. Based on psychology, when you're talking to people, what do you think they're gonna want down the line? How do you think they're gonna act down the line? And if you can determine that, how do you think they're gonna determine, what kind of value do you think they're gonna see in the future? If you can go in on it now before those people do, then you're a winner. So you always want to be ahead of everybody else. Everybody is thinking like, oh, like I want lollipops, I want to invest in lollipops. And you're thinking, well, candy corn is the shit. Candy corn down the line is going to be the shit. And then you talk to people and they're like, no candy corn. Candy corn's gross. I want to invest in lollipops. And so you don't have to go with lollipops just because everybody said lollipops is the way. But you still want to talk to people and find out, okay, based on their tastes, well, maybe what they're describing or why they like lollipops, down the line, they're going to decide that they're going to invest in candy corn instead, but they just don't know it yet. So you want to be the first person to say, okay, I'm gonna invest in candy corn. And everyone's gonna tell you that you're crazy. Everyone's gonna say you're full of shit and you are hot-headed and you're egotistical and you're a narcissist and you are just way too idealistic because you just went for the candy corn, and why would anyone go for a candy corn because you're crazy? But you're gonna do it anyway because you know that in 2 or 10 years, all those people are gonna be wishing they bought candy corn, and they're gonna say, oh, I knew that candy corn was the shit. Candy corn is the way to go. And you're gonna be thinking to yourself, yeah, but you're a dumbass, and I remember when you told me that candy corn was crazy and lollipops are the shit. So you always wanna be open to all ideas and listening to everybody, listening to what everyone says, where they want to invest, what they're going to do, but not necessarily doing what everyone else is doing. You want to invest in places and things that are going to work well for you in the future. You want to always be looking to the future, not right now. Okay, that's all I wanted to say about that. Thanks for watching and listening to like all my rants. Take care. Bye, guys.